Hey y'all, I am hoping that today finds you all well, that you're having a great one. But I wanted to come out here and just sit in my garden for a little bit, just kind of have a chat for just a minute. This is something that's been on my heart for a while, and I have a spider web on my arm and I can feel it. Anyway, it's been on my heart for a while, and I want to have a conversation. So I decided to come on out here. Let's do this. Let's chat. Have y'all ever thought about what kind of country we're leaving for our children and future generations, baby grands, great baby grands, so on and so forth? Have you thought about it? I have. You know, back in my day, I'm a 70s baby, okay? I'm a 70s baby. Back in my day, people were worried about, I don't know if my generation remembers this or not, but people were worried about whether or not somebody had slipped them a Mickey, or they were putting stuff in these lickable tattoos and different things. Y'all remember that? They were putting like LSD or something like that in there. Oh, to have those days again. Seriously, because now, I'm going to raise this up a little bit. Now what we've got to worry about is stuff that'll kill you in a heartbeat and a tiny grain of sand. The drug problem in this country is just rampant. It is. And I can talk about this because, I have a personal experience. Not myself, but my son. I can talk about this. I can. If you, again, I said this in my last video concerning this. If you or your family has never been touched by addiction, drug addiction, consider yourself lucky. It is one of the hardest things that a family will ever have to go through. Okay? And there was a time when physicians were writing out prescriptions for OxyContin like it was candy. Here you go. You want to know how my son got started on drugs? Let me tell you. He got an injury playing high school football. He injured his shoulder playing high school football. And we went to an orthopedic doctor, whatever you want to call it. And he wound up having to have surgery. Guess what they prescribed him? Hydros. Guess what they continued to prescribe him weeks after surgery was over with? Weeks. Hydros. They did. He got hooked pretty easily. And me being mama, I didn't want to see my baby in pain, Didn't think anything about it. I had never experienced anything like this. We'll bring you guys over here. I had never, ever, ever experienced anything like that. Never. Oh, feel that. Didn't see it coming. Naive as all get out about it. And the next thing I know, my boy, my baby, is addicted. That was 12 years ago. 12 years ago. And he's still addicted. he's moved on to bigger and better things now, of course, because that was his opening to just tear his whole little world apart for the next however many years. Not only did it tear his world apart, it tore our worlds apart. Me as his mom, Paps as his dad, his brothers, his sister, the little boy that got left behind in the mix, who did not ask to be brought into this world, and sure as shit did not deserve to be brought in to the craziness and the stupid stuff that he was brought into. He did not deserve that. But he was. It's affected each and every one of us. There are relationships that I don't know will ever be fixed. I don't know if I don't know if they've been splintered forever or not. I really don't. It almost destroyed us as a couple. It almost destroyed relationships between us and our other children. It almost caused us to go bankrupt because we were throwing money left and right at it to try to fix the problem, only to finally understand that we were causing more problems than we were fixing. Yeah. That's a hard lesson to learn. And if you've ever heard the saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, okay? Something to the effect of, the heart knows and the head doesn't, or the head knows and the heart doesn't. Let me tell y'all something. It was a constant battle between the two for me for several years, because I didn't want to give up. I wanted to continue to fight and do all the things. Little did I know that during that time, he could care less about doing better for himself or getting away from that life or whatever. He had moved on to bigger and better things like meth and eventually heroin. Has he tried to get clean? Yes, he has. The last time he tried to get clean, he overdosed, and it scared him so bad because it took 5 doses. This is what I was told. I was not there. Okay? 5 doses of Narcan to bring him back. In my mind, I feel like that his body is getting immune to the Narcan, and it's going to get to the point to where it doesn't take anymore. But that's how he got started. And all these politicians and all these people out there, talking big pharma, big pharma, big pharma. No. I do know this from personal experience. People with asthma, and this is just my personal experience, okay? There may be more out there. I don't know. This is my personal experience. People with asthma and people with diabetes are having so much trouble getting their medicines right now that they have to have. And Big Pharma is no help. None. Now, people with asthma, it's their inhalers. Have y'all priced the inhalers here lately? Specifically a steroid inhaler that some asthmatics have to have. Yeah. Look at that. Let's talk about diabetics. What about their insulin? If you are an insulin dependent diabetic and you can't get your insulin because it's on back order and it's that way, and everything in that range, in that same formula range, is the same way. You can't get it. Our pharmacy couldn't get it. They couldn't. None of the pharmacies around us could get it. None of them. When they finally did, we finally got caught up on that medicine. We go to pick up another insulin, only to be told, oh, your insurance is no longer going to pay for that. Excuse me? What do you mean my insurance is not going to pay for that? They won't pay for that. Okay. They'll pay for the brand name of it, but they won't pay for the generic. Does that make sense to anybody else? They tell me that it's not, the formula is not approved for the generic. It's the same formula for the name brand. But okay. You know, it would save the insurance company money for the generic. It would save us money. It would save the company money. But yet, yeah, let's don't approve the generic, but we'll let you have the name brand. Are you kidding me? Yeah. And then these politicians get up there on stage. You put a microphone in their face, and they're saying, oh, some of them, not all of them, some of them are saying, you need to be stocked up on your medicine for however long. You need to have at least a 3 to 6 month supply. You can't do that, dude. When you have private insurance, and I don't know how it is with government insurance, I have no idea. But when you have private insurance, they will not let you have a pill until the time has passed, the right amount of time has passed. Did you know that if you have a 30-day prescription and there's 31 days in a month, you don't get a pill for that 31st day? I know that for a fact. So you just skip your medicine on the 31st day and be like, oh, la-ti-da. Do you know what 24 hours could do to an asthmatic or a diabetic? Or a number of other illnesses out there. I'm only talking about the ones I know. Do you know what 24 hours could do to either one of those? Try having an asthma attack. You can't breathe. You can't take in enough oxygen. You cannot take a deep breath. You go into panic mode. It's like you're drowning from the inside out. And either it's the 31st day and you're out of inhaler, or you can't afford an inhaler that your doctor has prescribed to you, but you can't afford it because there's no help out there. Very little. Very little. And once it's been on the market for a while, they take those coupons away. But the price stays the same. Guarantee you that. But you don't have an inhaler. You have to wait till 24 hours until the next day hits. Now, what about a diabetic? An insulin dependent diabetic. Do you know what that could do? You ever heard of diabetic coma? Not all of us can have an A1C of, 5 or 5.5 or whatever the normal range, the top point of normal range is. No. I'm telling y'all what. I don't know if they're trying to weed us out or what. I don't know. What do y'all think? Leave me some comments below. Let me know what y'all think. I think that we have put more than enough money in Big Pharma's pockets. And had I known then what I know now, my child would have never taken the very first pill for pain. We would have figured something else out. We would have. I blame a lot of people. I do. I blame a lot of people for his problems. I blame him for sure. I'm trying not to say words. I blame him for sure. But I blame others also, because they made it so easy. Let me get a grip on this on the bottom. They made it so easy for him to have access to whatever it was he wanted or needed. And yes, I blame myself because I didn't see the potential for a problem at that point in time. The southern border is wide open, and they're bringing all kinds of stuff in here. All kinds of it. Fentanyl. I don't even want to know what it. Opioids. All the things. I don't even want to know everything. They say that fentanyl can kill you with the wrong dosage. My child has overdosed on fentanyl. Thank God the police found him when they did. He spent several days in a hospital recuperating from that. But we're just supposed to be okay with all this. I'm not okay with all this. I am not. I'm not okay with the fact that my child is an addict because of someone else's stupidity. I'm not okay with the fact that, me or Paps or both of us have to go without medicine one day. Even one day is too many. One day is too many. I am not okay with that. I am not okay with the fact that we continue as a country. The people that they say we've put in power continue to be okay with what's coming across that border, all the drugs that they're bringing in, and all the things that are happening to people. And it's not a younger generation problem. I mean, it is it's not just a younger generation problem. Okay? It's not. Addiction hits no matter what age you are. I told y'all in my first video, which if you've not seen my first video, I'll be happy to link it in the description so you can go watch it. I told y'all in that first video that at this point with my child, it is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when that phone call comes. It sure is. And I am fighting with everything in me not to get emotional over this. And it scares me to death to see the transition of this country from the time that I was a teenager back in the 80s and what we dealt with, what we had going on, what was bad then, and what has happened over the past 40 years and what's out there now. What my baby grands, I have 2 older great baby grands, what they're dealing with and what they're seeing and what, they're being put through. And then my little baby grands, I homeschool Aiden. There's a reason I homeschool Aiden, and that might be a video soon. But I homeschool him. But I've got another one fixing to start kindergarten in August. And I'm scared for that child. Not physically or anything like that. I'm scared for all my littles. The other 5 baby grands are littles. And I'm scared for them. I really am, because I don't know what's going to be out there when they go to school. Or, when they're just anywhere out in this world. That scares me. People are crazy. They don't care to do things and hurt the kids, and they just don't care. And a lot of them are kids themselves that, mom and daddy should have busted their butts a long time ago, made them calm down. They didn't. So now they're out there terrorizing everybody else. Look at some of these big cities with all the looting and stuff. No morals, no values. 10 Commandments got took out of everything because it offended people. The 10 Commandments offended people. Well, guess what, y'all? That's our moral code. That's this country's moral code. That's this world's moral code. And it offended the right people, I guess. And, you can't display the 10 Commandments anymore. Dear Lord in heaven. It worries me about where this country is going with all the drugs, with all the stupid stuff, with all the offended people. Lord have mercy. I don't know what's going to be left for my littles anymore. I don't. And I sure don't know what's going to be left for my greats. That worries me even more. I'd love, love, love to hear how y'all feel about this and where you all stand. I'm not going to argue. I have my opinion. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. This is my opinion. You can have your opinion. Don't try to force yours down my throat, and I won't try to force mine down yours. Okay? We'll all get along. That's the way it is. But I would love to hear from y'all on this. Are y'all as worried and scared as I am? Do you all see things getting any better anytime soon? Please, show me how. I'd love to see that too. Anyway, thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. I truly appreciate y'all being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so that you can go along with us on our journey of all the things, and you don't want to miss out on an episode of What's Aiden Doing Today? Yeah. He has a sweet little personality. Anyway, thank y'all for everything. Much love to you all, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye, y'all.